Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a little boy named Finn. Finn loved books more than anything in the world. He spent his days reading stories about magical lands, brave heroes, and talking animals. But there was one problem: Finn had read all the books in his tiny village library. One night, as he lay in bed, staring at the stars, he made a wish. "I wish I could find a place where books never end." As soon as he closed his eyes, something magical happened. A soft wind blew through his window, carrying golden sparkles. The sparkles wrapped around him, and in an instant, he found himself floating in the sky. Finn looked down and saw clouds shaped like books, glowing in different colors. He was in a place he had never seen before. In front of him, a giant floating building appeared. It was made of shimmering silver and had towers shaped like open books. A large sign on the front read, "The Floating Library of Dreamland." Excited and curious, Finn stepped onto the floating island. The doors opened by themselves, and inside, he saw rows and rows of bookshelves stretching as far as the eye could see. The air smelled like old pages and sweet vanilla. A small, glowing fairy with blue wings flew up to him. "Welcome, Finn. I am Spark, the guardian of the floating library. Here, you can find books that have never been read before. They appear magically every night." Finn's eyes widened. "Really? Does that mean I can read forever?" Spark giggled. "Yes. But there's a little magic rule. You can take any book you like, but you must finish reading it before sunrise, or it will vanish." Finn nodded eagerly and picked up a book with a golden cover titled The Secret of the Moonflower. The moment he opened it, the letters lifted from the pages and danced in the air, forming moving pictures. He was no longer reading the story, he was inside it. He found himself in a beautiful garden filled with glowing moonflowers. A wise turtle named Grand Shell told him, "Only the kindest heart can find the golden moonflower and unlock its magic." Finn helped a tiny firefly find its lost light and shared his only piece of bread with a hungry squirrel. With each kind act, the flowers glowed brighter. At last, the golden moonflower appeared, and when he touched it, a soft voice whispered, "You have a heart full of kindness. You may take one wish." Finn thought for a moment and said, "I wish to return to the floating library to read more books." The moonflower sparkled, and in an instant, he was back in the floating library. Spark clapped her tiny hands. "You did it, Finn! You finished the book before sunrise." Finn smiled and yawned. He felt sleepy, and before he knew it, the golden sparkles surrounded him again. He opened his eyes and found himself back in his cozy bed. Was it all a dream? But as he turned, he saw a tiny golden moonflower on his bedside table, glowing softly. He smiled, knowing that he would return to the floating library of Dreamland again. From that night on, whenever Finn made a wish before sleeping, he found himself in the floating library, discovering new adventures every night. And so, his love for books never ended, and he lived happily, traveling through magical stories forever.